Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Opinion Leapfrog. This is if you haven't watched one of these beforehand, this is a very, very simple concept where I give you one of my opinions, normally about cars, and you write in the comments your thoughts on that opinion, whether it is what you think of my opinion or just the topic as a whole. And today we're going to discuss cars again. A few years ago, a journalist I know made a very bold statement and said that there are no bad cars anymore. And I believe what he meant was there's no bad new cars coming out of the factories anymore. Not like there was in the 80s and 90s when I grew up, when I remember vividly being in a Fiat garage and seeing a brand new car in the showroom that had rust on it. I want to take my opinion today is a slightly different one. I want to kind of rotate it round and take what he said and partially agree with it, but also say modern cars are too good. And that's not a dig at the nanny state and the fact that there's too many bongs and stuff that keep you safe and cars are too good in that way, but modern cars, and I mean combustion cars, ICE cars, hybrids, vans, are too good to the point where they've got boring. Now you hear on many YouTube channels and car shows on TV or on the internet, the hosts decrying the fact that nobody makes enthusiast cars anymore. There's no rear-wheel drive V8s with a manual transmission, and there's no real hot hatches anymore. They're all sluggish, old and fat. And to a degree, I agree with that. But the thing is that nobody will buy a two-door V8 manual sports car nowadays because, well, frankly, nobody in the UK or Europe can afford to run a V8 manual two-door car. Well, nobody has that kind of disposable income to fuel one of those things. And if they do, they don't have kids, so that's probably why they've got a two-door coupe. But the main people who could afford a brand new two-door V8, let's just call it a sports car. People who can afford sports cars are normally people who are old enough that they have a disposable income. Those people also may be grandparents and may not want to buy or have the ridiculous urge to go out and buy a sports car as a stereotypical midlife crisis car. So the amount of those cars is reducing because nobody's buying them, so there's none on the second-hand market, so blah blah, it just snowballs from there. That's not actually what I mean. What I mean is, think back to your childhood, and everybody has a car story, whether it is being crammed into a Rover Metro with a trailer on to go camping and being literally packed in like shipping peanuts into the back of this small car to go off on a family holiday, or your dad having a van which also had to live life as your family car and having to go to school next to a stack of invoices. Or there's just so many car stories you have from your childhood, where the quirkiness of the vehicle bled over into the story. And modern cars don't seem to have that personality from my side of the fence. Now, I called my ID4 the motoring equivalent of a golden retriever, because I think that actually did have some personality. Because it was just like a faithful retriever. It was just there for you. I can't put a word on it. But when you have an old crappy car that somehow makes it home from a holiday when it's overheating, the air conditioning isn't working, or the lights aren't working, or it's a genuine struggle to get it home, or it's broken down, but it pluckily makes its way home from a road trip, from a holiday, or it could be the car you bring your first child home from hospital in. They all have a story, and it kind of bleeds into the personality of the car, as well as bleeding into the personality of the story. But modern cars have got to a point, especially new cars, where they're so reliable that quirky personality of something not working or working sporadically to give it a sense of, oh, is the car in the right mood for you to get heated seats this morning? That kind of quirkiness seems to have gone. Let me know what you think. Am I going mental? I mean, I get to drive a lot of... I'm very, very lucky, and I need to say this. I'm very lucky, but I get to drive a lot of modern cars. And some have personalities, for my mind, in the way they drive. I mean, I used to have, Michelle's Fabia Monte Carlo. I used to call that an excited puppy, because it used to hop and bounce around and skitter around the place, and it was really, really eager to get down the road. It was like an excited puppy. It was like somebody had given a French Bulldog puppy some Red Bull. It was awesome. I loved that car. That's a kind of personality, but that seems to be... Am I missing something? Is that personality draining away from modern cars? Is it based on stupid... Is it based on cars becoming too good and the reliability of modern cars, meaning that there isn't the quirks in them anymore? Have cars got too good? I mean, for all I know, the modern cars from different brands which I don't drive may be absolute shockers, and they may have quirky little reliability niggles which give them a personality. Let me know in the comments below. I know this is a very, very short one, but thank you very much, and I will speak to you in the next episode. Bye.